Um, this is the second time I've had to read this script, and I still haven't seen this movie. But in terms of obstacles and conflict, I don't think that any scenes lacked conflict necessarily. But I feel like some scenes where there wasn't a lot of conflict going on kind of served as bridges to get you to the next big conflict scene. Especially in a movie like this where it's kind of ridiculous the entire time. I feel like all the scenes kind of serve their purpose in getting you to the next ridiculous thing. So, I didn't think any lacked conflict, though. I think they all served their purpose in like a stepping stool to the next big conflict theme. Favorite for escalating conflict? Backtracking. But for example, like the escalating conflict mostly happens during the Bridesmaids night out. Everything that happens kind of builds off of one another because it's, between Annie and Helen and who is a better friend to Lily and who knows her better, etc. So they keep like topping one another in terms of the ridiculous stuff that happens. So in terms of my favorite, I think the favorite conflict of mine is where it all leads up to, which it leads up to the bridal party. The Paris-themed bridal party where Annie just freaks out and she loses it and she gets kicked out of the party and then she's in the car crash and it's just like it all goes downhill from there. So I think my favorite for escalating conflict is just honestly everything that builds up to that moment where she just loses herself and loses her cool and is oh my god, texts completely just loses it. So what did I learn to apply to my thesis? I think the most that I learned was like some of my scenes in my own script. I think seeing them as bridges. Because not every scene could have like a, oh my god, this is so angsty conflict moment, because if you keep having that scene after scene after scene, the viewer's gonna be like so tense and they're not gonna, so I think what I applied most is just that some scenes can be bridges, the escalating bridges that keep leading you up to these moments where the main character reaches an obstacle that they have to overcome, and it might not be easy to do so. So I think that's one of the things I learned to apply to my thesis, for sure. And I think my thesis lacks that too, because I think a lot of my scenes don't even act as building to conflict. They're kind of just there. I hate my script right now. But that's good because if I notice that stuff, then when I completely revamp it, I really think about my scene choices and how they act as escalating bridges for how to lead up to the next big conflict. So, good.